sorry,
guys.
if you have already answered this, but do you see a change in attitude on the ground? Do you see Muslims getting less religious? Look, it's very hard to say. I mean, there are different surveys, and I think a lot of these things now, I'm a firm believer, even attitudes towards religion, because Islam is inherently political. 2017, only 17 or 18% of Pakistanis were supporting the Taliban. Fast forward 2021, 5 years later, 55% of Pakistanis are supporting that. But then on the other hand, we see these surveys. Let me share that Arab Barometer, BBC. I think that's a good one. I've shared that so many times. And that shows how religiosity is decreasing in the Muslim world. Well, these on Tunisia. So the green one on the left, this is what they used to be. Now this is what they are. So between 2013 and 2018, Tunisia used to be 12% religious. Now less. So hang on. Proportion of people who say they were not religious. So the 12% people used to say that they were not religious. Now the 30% are saying they're not religious. Same with Libya, Algeria, Lebanon had a very little change, but still in the right direction. Morocco, have a look at this, went from 4% to 12%. Egypt, 3% to 11 or 10%. Sudan, Jordan, everywhere, Muslims are losing their religiosity. There was a study by Utrecht University in Iran, 50,000 people. The sample size was 50,000 people. Let me show that one. I think we made a university on that one. It's one of the video on that one. I think it's one of my most watched videos, over 100,000 views or something. So that one, you can look that up. That one shows, and let me quote Amin Nawabi. So according to that study, Muslims are a minority in Iran now. So the different denominations, I think if you use spiritual people as agnostics, then atheists and agnostics make up something like 35% or something, which is kind of on par with UK, Australia, and America.
Yeah.
So there's similar number of agnostics and atheists in Iran. Let that sink in for
amazing.
a moment. Yeah. So but then on the other hand, as I said, Pakistan looks like 55% are supporting the Taliban. So I think that probably is tied down to the politics of it, and Islam is political, so people get worked up. But I think time will tell. I think it'd be very stupid to say that Islam is going to grow. I think it's going to go down. Every indicator shows that social media is doing some terrible things to Islam, which is good for us. That's I would definitely. Nuria, do you want to add something to it?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like, I think more and more people are leaving religion. I mean, it's beautiful to hear about Iran. Obviously, just because of the Taliban, we're just wary now of like countries that are regressing or becoming more kind of pro-Sharia in their thinking, which was bound to happen. But yeah, even in the UK, for example, atheism is on the rise. Less and less people are, and even like, I mean, people here, because just by virtue of it being such a cosmopolitan, pluralistic society, I see people who are my age, like this generation, they, even if they are by name or culturally associated with it, like on the ground level, when we're all kind of having dinner down at the pub, no one really gives a crap. Like everyone is just becoming aware that, you know what, you have like certain human rights and you have the rule of law, and then they're kind of, even Islam is having to be, it's almost being forced into a position where it is kind of like, if Islam is your toy, play with your toy at home behind your closed doors, kind of like don't be here flaunting it. Obviously you have the right to here, like we've got Speaker's Corner and stuff, but overall I think in terms of Islam, even in these Muslim majority countries, once you lift the veil on blasphemy laws, I honestly feel like you'd have like an avalanche of apostates coming forward and people coming forward, and they actually can't because of their current situation, and that's why until then we have to be their voices until they can.
Right. And I noticed how you subtly mentioned or paraphrase your idol Christopher Hitchens there. Keep your toys at home. Don't show them. Don't wave them at me. Don't come to me and tell me that I need to play with them too. Just bugger off.
Yeah.
To help me produce more videos like these, support me on Patreon or PayPal.